Hello everyone. I've been thinking of doing this for a very long time and I really intend to share the best of what I know around this topic. How important is it to have a mentor in your life and how to find one? Of course, probably the most intense topic and very relevantly applicable throughout the world and probably any field or any direction of expertise that you're planning to equip yourself with. How do you find a mentor? Innumerable people, innumerable experts out there who will be the one who could guide you. But how could you be sure that those are the people for you, who could mentor you, who could take you and steer your life in a direction you really want to see? Is it really important, first of all, to have a mentor? Let me share my views on this with you. First of all, I thoroughly believe it's an absolutely important aspect of life to have a mentor for yourself, or probably a few of them. A lot of people say, I can't find one, how do I find few of them? What I mean by few of them, or what I mean by one of them, or what I mean by it's absolutely important to have them is what I'm going to share now. The most important thing for us to realize is a mentor not necessarily is going to be the one who's going to guide you. How do you reach where you want to reach? Sometimes a mentor also helps you discover or realize where you should reach in the first place. There are mentors who help you realize the direction. There are mentors who help you reach the destination in the direction you've chosen. A lot of times we feel that one mentor is all you need for your life. Of course, if you're lucky enough to find that mentor who's equipped through all aspects of life and actually can guide you in the directions you want to reach or in the direction you want to reach or the destinations you want to reach, you're probably, yes, very lucky and fortunate. You must be thankful to Almighty. But in case you do not, you must realize this. For every aspect of expertise that you're planning to build, you could for sure find a mentor for yourself. You're planning to develop the ability of planning well. You could have a mentor who really plans well. You're planning to develop the expertise of communicating well. You could have a mentor for yourself who really communicates well. You're planning to write books. You must find yourself a mentor who's written many of them and written them successfully, or rather made an impact across the world with his writings. You're planning to take on the path of business. You must find yourself a mentor who's executed business at the best, created enterprises, made them very successful. You're a sports person, you're likely to find a mentor in the direction or in the sports that you are interested in, or in the sports you are headed out to excel yourself. So when I say, if you're multi-talented, if you're engaging yourself into multiple activities, it's now clear that you need multiple coaches, you need multiple mentors. So one could be your life coach, one could be your business coach, one could be the coach who's making you an expert in the sports you're wanting to go into, one could be your music coach. So I hope you're getting my point very clear, that the direction, the destination, and the field that you're choosing or the expertise you want to draw to yourself determines what kind of a mentor or which mentor would you want to rely on. A lot of times people ask me, so what is it in a mentor that makes your life more easier? In a nutshell, if I have to really summarize what I've learned from my life, is a mentor in real sense is actually a commitment. It's a very, very famous mythological story about Ekalavya, who found Dronacharya as his mentor but never really met him, never really saw him, or never really got a chance to get actually trained by his mentor Dronacharya, but believed in a stone idol which he kept somewhere and said that this is Dronacharya and he's gonna teach me archery. And he mastered the art of archery, unlike Arjuna, who got Dronacharya as a coach who coached him live in his presence. So what did Ekalavya have that Arjuna, did not have? Or what did Ekalavya and Arjuna have in common? Ekalavya also had the commitment to Dronacharya and Arjuna also had the commitment to Dronacharya, and both of them considered him as their mentors. While Arjuna had him live to do, to correct him, to improve him, doesn't mean that Ekalavya did not have him. In this mythological story, it's very easy to understand that Ekalavya and Arjuna were equally capable when it came to archery, which clearly means if your commitment to your mentor is very strong, is when you're going to excel in what you're doing. That commitment could be drawn out of yourself to yourself, but none of us are that strong in our willpowers, or none of us exercise our willpower that strongly, rather, that we could actually master the ability to commit to ourselves, our dreams, and allow our life to mentor us, which is not easy. Hence, when we have a mentor whom we have all the respect for, of course, we need to find a very trustworthy mentor. In a world like today, where a lot of times, it's very sad to note though, I don't really say all mentors are like that, but a lot of people take advantage in the name of mentoring, and you must be a little careful while choosing one. And how do you really realize, and so on? Of course, as we go ahead, we could probably discuss those in more clips. But for now, I would just advise you to know it's important to have a mentor. It's important to understand that mentor is really a commitment. A commitment that you make and you deliver. The commitments not delivered are actually taking away the value of your mentor in your life. If you have a mentor whom you consider a mentor, if you have a person whom you consider a mentor, and you're not really sticking to the commitments you make to him, you actually don't have a mentor. No matter how much he or she is going to guide you, you're going to make nothing out of it. On the other hand, if somebody even considered a role model or an idol as a mentor, followed all his attitudes and the ways of life, and actually considered them as lessons of life for himself or lessons of career for himself, he or she is going to excel more. So in a nutshell, mentor is really a commitment that you could decide to make strong as you really wish to be. But of course, it's definitely way more beneficial to have a commitment speak back to you. You know what I mean, right? A commitment to yourself, only you're going to talk back to yourself by introspecting lessons from your life and take decisions ahead. But when you have a mentor who could talk back to you, someone trustworthy, someone reliable, whom you have found who excels in the direction you wish to reach, or who could really help you reach where you wish to reach, he or she could correct you, he or she could feedback you, he or she could help you realign each time you lose track. And hence, the commitment only gets stronger each time you are getting closer to destination, your trust gets higher. So trust is actually a route towards better commitment, towards stronger commitment. So if you can trust your mentor strongly, right, you're likely to have stronger commitments. A lot of times your mentors will, carve paths that you may or may not know or understand why they're being paved that way. But the mentor knows it well. It's a trust you need to keep, provided you found a mentor whom you could trust. So I mentioned in the beginning, it's a very intense topic, but we could simplify it only with one understanding, that mentor is a commitment that you make based on the trust you have. Thank you so much.